I just dig those clouds. I wanted to get the lighting. The sun's going down, and so they're going to start getting more and more pink on the underside. My buddy DM said that they were from high velocity winds. I got some pictures. I'm content. It's alright, guys. I did it different.
What's your given name?
Hold on, homie. It's okay, babies. Hello, welcome to my tube. My name is Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. How you doing today, Ma? I'm doing well. Yeah? I don't think there's any algorithm that can recognize northern exposure footage, so I forgot to put it on pause. Anyway, they changed it again. They changed the freaking interface. See, I use a Mac and it rolls out at different times, so things update for people in different times, and so I've been hearing and seeing that people have having connectivity issues and stuff, getting connected to lives here and there. And then I heard what Marge Astrology, she was saying that everything changed, and that was like a couple days ago or yesterday or whenever that was. I don't know. Time's a freaking blur, man. It's a trip, man, and things are getting crazy. It's just nonsense. Just woo. I was getting pictures. I posted them on Twitter of all the stuff that they're spraying in the sky up in northern New Mexico, southern Colorado. Actively spraying junk in our breathing air. I wish they'd stop. We had one job. Human beings, we're supposed to be the custodians of the earth. Make sure that she stays clean and pure and in a natural state so that she can ascend, and then she ascends and then we ascend and everybody's happy. And humans ruin everything. Hashtag people ruin everything. They do. They can take something and just, for nothing. Because money's nothing, man. Money's just a concept. It's a reindeer game. You care about somebody? You want to show people, everybody's getting, awakening and all this stuff is what I'm hearing. So, in evidence of that, right? People are going to start getting more active, more fit. I see little bits here and there. I mean, that's what my algorithm is showing. I hate that stuff, that stuff where that online stuff. I don't like that stuff. When I was in the Air Force, a bunch of fat old men told me I wasn't within standards. So, in order to get into their standards, as they so designated, I freaking went to the gym every day, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. I didn't do it on the weekends. I needed days off because I can overdo it. Things. I get weird kids stuck on stuff. So, weekends off. And I'd run on that cross trainer thing for an hour on level 10. I listened to the Offspring album. I could listen to it one time and a half a time all the way through, and just like, oh, I hate that stuff. I'm just like a hamster in a wheel with that stuff. I hate it. But I like the benefits of it. Exercising isn't fun, but it's not. That's not why I exercise. I exercise for the benefit because it keeps me healthy. And I noticed that today because I had a flash in my mind going into spring, and I was like, I'm gonna really dedicate, keep doing my dumbbell routine and stuff, and then going into winter, and then come spring, we'll see if there's any change in result. And well, I've upped my repetitions. I don't do sets of 25 anymore. Now I do sets of 50. Same weight, different postures. And I feel the benefits of it. I'm excited for the fresh local produce to start. I'm excited for that. I don't have much faith in the stuff that they sell in the grocery stores. I really don't. But they have a really freaking pretty gnarly rad farmer's market here. So, anyway, things are getting crazy because people are exhibiting and demonstrating what happens when they can do whatever they want, when their self-will runs riot. Is what they self-will run riot. Self-wills run riot. Self-wills run riot. Okay. I untied my tongue. But people are given, when they're a kid, at some point, people, I think, it's like one of those questions, like, what would you do if you had $1 million? What would you do if you could do whatever you want? And there's a lot of people that have a golden lamp that are exhibiting just what happens in the world when you go around and do whatever you want. See, and that's how I look at it. So if you're... Go Putin! Love it! It is so funny. They were like the freaking bratty kids that threw a party on the weekend, and then dad's coming home and he's like, you didn't do it right, so we're taking it back. You did all these bio freaking labs, and you in all these deals. See, that's what the military is about. That's why I hated it. So it was so frustrating. We were in maintenance, flight line support. We couldn't even get. I was like, there's always like advertisements for like fluffy bullshit, like stories. They're always building bigger buildings for the important people, but because their budgets are going to building buildings and golf courses and stuff like that, all the fluff stuff that we couldn't even get, like at the end of the fiscal year, it's just like, just freaking make them run, man. Just keep them running, man, because you couldn't get parts and stuff. A lot of times there's periods that there's like, nope. And then you had the stupid cops, the second lowest test scores in the military entrance exam, that would break our freaking, our heater ducts. The heaters that are designated and designed for the aircraft and the personnel and crew that are maintaining the aircraft, because those planes get cold, and it gets cold in the Midwest, so they're always turning wrenches. So, we give them these heaters, but then the fucking cops want them because they're a bunch of prima donna little, freaking, oh God, don't even get me started on that bro club. Anyway, and they break our stuff. They break our heater ducts because they'd freaking squeeze and those things were, those things were like, there's one company that made them, and they were like $15,000 a piece. For one of those things. Oh my God. It was just so maddening because those guys would crush the end, and then they'd put a heater. They'd keep them warm, and then they'd sleep for their shift and just be like, yeah, check in, blah, blah, Just like in mommy's little womb. Just sucking on mommy's tits still. Yeah. Yeah. So that's why, that's why they're gazillion-dollar budgets for, the illusion of freedom. So stupid. Are people waking up to that yet? And oh my God, seeing pictures of the lack of readiness and fitness and freaking standards, and like, yeah, I get the freaking D-bag, what's his face, ate some fucking pizza with some old boys in Poland. But, I mean, they're all slouching. They're all freaking just bunch of dirt bags. No readiness. They're gonna, go ahead. Do whatever you're gonna do. Powers that be. People are too freaking lazy to do stuff, man. Anyway, that was a pretty alright day. It's chill. I had to spend a lot of time just transmuting energy. I'm Aries Sun, and I feel the fire, and it was already noon, and I was like, oh, they're gonna be playing the freaking polka music tonight at noon today, because it's that kind of energy, and I know they've been drinking all day, and they're gonna start carrying on here in a while. Over here, behind here, God, it was like bloody murder. I'm like, should I go over there? And like, it's like, that's how people disappear. You know, you get a family feud and freaking somebody pushes somebody and they just freaking fall back, hit their head. You know, lots of weird stuff's happened. That one dude died. Had 10 deaths. That's why it's like, why do toxin reports take so long to determine, you know, like weeks and months? That's such crap, man. It doesn't take that long. They turned that crap around in Colombia, and old boy had like 10 different substances in his body. You know? Why don't we start giving people a reason to live? People are this is one of those periods of time people do not want to escape. Escapism, those methods are not. Drinking, it's gonna be extra now. This Aries new moon is not something that people need to be playing with energy. It's also one of those periods of time that it's like, okay, it's been long. Clean out your toaster, you know, vacuum out, do the safety stuff, the maintenance stuff, vacuum out your furnace, stuff like that. I'm gonna start making a list. I got the shop vac right there. I'm gonna vacuum out the furnace because that's dust collects. And that's the, you know, and you don't want to go in to it just sitting with dust collected on it, and then you start it freaking ignites next freaking winter, and that's how, you know, things can be prevented. There's all kinds of stuff that can be prevented with a little bit of maintenance, stuff like that. But people hire a guy, I guess. I guess they have people to do that stuff. I just learned how to do it all myself. A lot of education. Tut-tut. Come here, BB. We swapped out the fan today. Oh, sorry, Benno. And the continuing saga of the cat freaking ranch outside. It's actually kind of sad, man. It's brutal, man. We're human beings. We're animals. And look what we do. We have the powers to make heaven on earth, and people have made the mess of things. Man, what people have done to this planet. Oh my God, everything's a mess. I just see this big old huge cosmic freaking what are those called, Ma? Those Etch-a-Sketch. And when you shake them, you get to start over. I feel like the whole planet's going to experience that in some kind of capacity in their life. In some kind of way. You know, everybody's going to get the freaking wind knocked out of their sail a little bit. I've seen some common denominators. I was happy to see that that one lady, she's been I guess 10 weeks she was looking for a place to live. And she got accepted. She gets to move in the 1st of April. So that alleviates her stress. And then freaking, I wonder what I don't know what I think she's Gemini. I think maybe. Anyway, and then what's her name? Anastasia, she's got to move now. Same circumstances that we had to go because the landlord wanted to do something different. And that's happening to so many people all over. Because there's big shifts, people want to do things different. That uproots a lot of people. You know, there are, in fact, you know, puddles of people in the United States, refugees right now that need places to live. Right now. You know? And I get that a lot of people are living the nomadic lifestyle. This is kind of a funny thing that happened. Or not funny, but I noticed. I wonder what their birthdays are, because I've like checked in on them periodically. I've only known about both of them about a year. But like today I looked it up because they're both about ready to throw in the hat that Hannah girl and that Isabel chick. But if you look at their stories and their timelines, they're very congruent. They've both been doing videos about the same time. I can't believe it. Only 3 years. They got like 700, like gazillions of freaking followers and stuff like that, right? It cracks me up. It's just for so many reasons. Anyway, but they're, so they're planting seeds, independence, the nomadic lifestyle, yada yada yada. But what people don't understand, there's a lot of darkness on the roads, and there's a lot of people that are disheveled and freaking out of their minds on freaking drugs and stuff like that. And so that sometimes those nomadic, those anyway. So but I just noticed that they're both like kind of tapering off doing talks, videos. They do all the editing and stuff like that, and that's why I always say I don't got that kind of time. I got other stuff to do. Well, but I noticed like they start at the same time, and they like, and they've met and stuff. They've crossed paths and stuff before, but they like kind of met their fellas at the same time, I think. And like, it's just kind of their lives. So I'm just curious. My point is that I'm just curious as what their astrology is, what their birthdays are, because they've had, it's like a cycle, and now that cycle's over. I think my cycle's gonna be over all the time, and I just keep running my mouth. I've been doing it 5 years. I got over 1,700 videos of talks on how I feel about things, and then corruption and deceit and life, just talking about life and our path, because we had to go and freaking we were out by the 18th of October 2020, and then spent a few weeks in limbo in Arizona. It felt like an eternity. It was like 5 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that. I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. And then we got here. So we've been looking for our forever home for, well, we've been here a year, so 2 years in October. But everybody's got a bleeding fucking heart for people in a country that, most people don't even have an actual comprehension of what's happening there. And so they look, to me, they just look fucking foolish. Every time people put up those stupid fucking banners, I'm just like, man, just show your ass. Showing your ass. Showing it. Yeah, that's one thing I got from a club I used to be a fellowshipian of, but as I don't identify with any sect, denomination, organization, religion, nothing like that. Politics, it's all reindeer games. It's all a bunch of guys sitting around saying, let's do this. I wish people could understand. It's like these guys, they're in their 70s or in 80s, yet their mentality, they're still these fucking 15-year-old guys, because they've never progressed in life. They're still that same guy. The only progression in life is that their ego has grown, and the desire for power and control has grown. And I wish people understood the depths and the lengths that these guys go through just to make people's lives miserable. It's easy to ruin somebody's life by just not helping. It's easy to just create canyons in society. Forget cracks in society. We're at points of canyons. All over, from, and I hope next time somebody says it, because there's always an asshat in the room, in every room, that would say it, that they like and want to live on the street. They want to live that way. That's how they want to live. Some people, like those girls, they just like to try stuff on, and they tried it on. They freaking made millions. I mean, those girls are in their early 20s. They never got to work for the rest of their life. They can do whatever they want, go wherever they want, because they cooperate. And then they planted the seeds for all these people. Go live the nomadic lifestyle. Have nothing. Own nothing and be happy. Own nothing. Such bullshit. You know? I had kind of a pleasant exchange at Wally World today. I got a 120 volt air compressor. And I wanted a 12 volt. And it's like I knew it, you know. I knew what I was... But anyway, so I took it back today. And the gal behind the register... I was like super busy. And I walk up. And I was like, how you doing? And she's like, Anna. And that's my sister-in-law's name is Anna. And she's like, very busy. And I was like, good. And I was like, I just want to return this. She's like, okay. And then I give her the receipt. And she goes, now, since you bought this with your debit card, which I think I've returned something like 3 times there. And it's always just back on the receipt. Just back on the receipt. Back on the card. Right? But Anna was so friendly today. She said, now, since you got to use your debit on this, would you like it back on the card or would you like cash? And I was like, just put it back on the card, thank you. She's like, no, it could take 1 to 3 business days. I said, that's quite all right. It was just such a different, just a shift. That's what Mom said. When I came home and I told Mom this story, and then I go outside and there's these like young girls, like early 20s with their table and their nonprofit, you know. We can all do it together. Whatever, their little t-shirts and their bags and stuff like that. I just do this and walk by. I would ruin their day. I don't know, I'd give them a lot to think about, that's for sure. Not to ruin, I wouldn't be mean, but I would just be like, dude, it's all for profit. Who's your boss? And I look it up and see how much they make, how the CEO makes, you know, $1.4 million a year or whatever for the nonprofit. It's just, it's all money laundering to me. All of it. I see it all. I look at it all. I'm like, it's just all, but it's the government that does it. And we just pay for it. It's okay. It cracks me up. And we just everything we pay, you know, and and now people have so much money, they don't even, you know, and I'm just like, we just need a garage with a window, pretty much, that we can all live in. I'll make it comfy, you know, but I don't want to go out on the mesa. I don't. I want to stay closer to town. I want freaking amenities as long as they last. As long as they exist. I want running water. I've been without it, you know. That's why it's so funny. It's part of my story. Because of the city and their greed. It's all because people are freaking greedy, man. Oh, all because it's laughable. I think. Oh, my body's hurting. I gotta get better shoes. I'm gonna buy old lady shoes or old man shoes. I'm gonna buy some old man orthopedic shoes. I don't know. Things are not open on the weekends in Taos. I was excited because I remember this is in the fridge. I've had this in there for like 3 days. I can drink carbonated drinks real fast. That's what I used to be. I used to be a guzzler. I was back 'em up here drinking days. I was a guzzler. I guzzle everything. I guzzle coffee. Gulp, gulp, gulp. I've always just enjoyed consuming things. Now there's a shift. There's more of a shift. Like, my body is just like all tingly thinking about the microgreens and stuff like that at the farmer's market. Salads, Ma? Does that sound good? Yeah? And get some fancy dressing? Then we'll go climb that mountain? Yeah? We're gonna do it one day here soon, quick, before it gets too hot. Yep. I've been running my mouth too long. 2620. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, yeah, the level of freaking... Oh, I was going to talk about the freaking adventures of the freaking gnarliness of Cat World. So, there's like 4 of them. I'm trying to catch the moms, is what I'm trying to do. Because if I can get to where the moms trust me and come in, I can get them fixed. And that would help a lot with this area. And so it kills me. I'm like, I pride myself in being a responsible pet owner, and it's like I started feeding these cats and they just keep multiplying. Last spring, but I love Tango and I love Gray Kitty. They're good, But the thing of it is freaking natural life is freaking brutal. Real life is freaking brutal. And so the girl that made that had one kitty, she had kittens last night, excuse me, and she had them in one of the cat beds that I put under the porch, and I was like, oh, but no, they're not safe because there's dogs, coyotes. I was just like, I woke up, I went outside, and then I heard them mew mew mew, right, and I was like, oh, they're there still, yay, they made it through the night. I was all excited, right? Mom came out, she ate, went back and laid with him. I went and laid down for a while, came out, and then I was like, she wasn't in there. She was out by the food more. I was starting to wonder, why aren't you with your babies? I looked in the bed. Babies are gone. So I don't know if she moved them when I was laying down and put them under the trailer, because they have a tendency to do that, which I would feel better if she did. Or there's other alternatives, but I already thought about those. I want to think about those again. Just make me feel bad. So, but it's, spay and neuter pets, people. Freaking breeders can't, fucking breeders. People that fucking, it's a freaking sex trade for it's that's what they're doing to people in freaking Ukraine, is these freaking breeders, these people that freaking breed. You breed your dogs and then sell your dogs. Everybody makes $15 an hour now. Go fucking work at a fucking fast food restaurant. Earn your own keep. Don't fucking put the weight of your ego on their fucking uterus, man. I hate that, man. All mine came from dog rescue. They all came from 4 different states. And we've lived in 4 different states trying to stay together, haven't we, Ma? And it's like, and people just freaking throw their animals away. Well, they throw people away. People are thrown away all the time. People are they're just puddles of people roaming the earth. Why? Because a bunch of swinging wieners just like to blow shit up. And take shit that belongs to other people, make it their own, and then say things like, it's all about freedom and democracy and blah, blah, blah. No, it's all about these guys getting freaking really, really rich, and they ain't never going to do nothing with that anyway, because they're always out, taking all the land. Taking all the land. I can't wait to I was thinking about how much freaking property that scumbag Gates guys owns here in freaking New Mexico. I can't. They hate him where he lives in freaking Southern California, Long Beach, evidently. Because he can. The house that he won in the divorce, he freaking just leveled it, and he's just gonna build it. And he's in there freaking with his, I want this and this and this and marble, and that guy's controlling everything. That's what control freaks do. It's weird. Regular people don't care. There's two kinds of people in the world. Well, there's a lot of kinds of people, but the one that I'm thinking of in particular right now are the ones that are trying to relinquish control. I don't want control. I live in an environment that I have to control. Taking the dogs out every couple hours. I gotta, making sure mom eats. Making sure that she's comfortable. Making sure she's clean. Making sure I'm clean. Making sure I'm comfortable. It's a lot. And and people throw it away. I work so hard and people just piss their lives away. Life is so short. It's so short. That's one thing Mom has done for years is she's instilled the freaking life is fragile. I know I've freaking almost died a lot of times. Kitty back? Is that a gray boy? Or is that the... Oh, no. That's not the gray one. I saw him earlier. That's one of the, what do they call those? What are they? God, we got one of every kind out here. Tortoise shell? Is that what they, how they... Anyway. I think that's about all I got. So, I'll finish my train of thought, and then I'll be done. Is, two kinds of people. People are trying to acquire more control, get more control. I want more, I want it all. Mine, yours, mine. Just, consumption. Numbers. Attention. Without ever giving anything back. Just taking. Not giving nothing back. Just, that is a freaking life force suck. Every billionaire I look at all the life force you are sucking. Look at all that I just look at these little fucking plastic men that are sitting on these piles of fucking money. And look at all I got. And there's people everywhere. We've gotten used to living on less than $2,000. Less than $2,000. 2 people. 4 dogs. A cat. Now several cats that I feed outside. Because I have maintained, I told Anna today, I said, I look at as money as energy. I said, if you give me cash, I'll just walk it outside and I'll put it in somebody's hand. I said, I gotta be smarter than that now. Me and Mom need our forever home. I do still do that, but I gotta, that needed to just, because I already had plans for that to go back on the card. I can buy another 44-pound bag of outdoor cat food. So it's all woo. But I look at money as energy, and energy, what happens if something is gets a constant flow of electricity? Eventually, it's going to get so hot, it's going to combust, and it's going to bust, and it's not going to be the same version of what it once was. And that same thing happens with greed. Alcohol, man, you got all these people are all wet-brained all over the place. All these drunks everywhere, man. They're just really trying to function, but oh, wow, it's so hard after drinking all that scotch and bourbon for freaking 40, 50 years in the freaking, and all their dealings and stuff. It's all, it's supposedly changing, though. Supposedly. So either people are trying to relinquish control. No, I don't want so much. I want less control in my life. Or they're trying to acquire more. I get it. There's balance in everything. That's why I try to keep it balanced. And I took my time this morning. I was really actually kind of disappointed that I went out this morning. It was Saturday morning. I thought there would be I had an expectation, and that just there's just a reminder of why I don't have those. And So I was like, okay, there's going to be, you know, a bunch of people at the... And there was nobody at the coffee shop. There was nobody. I don't go... I haven't given those people my money in freaking months with all this... before this mask. Because that's what I'm like, dude, all these people are so douchey about this mask shit. It's like everything else. In one day, it's going to be gone, and then it'll go back to... It's like, but you're still a douche. You're still a D-bag. And chances are they'll probably try to pull it again one day, and you'll be a D-bag again. You know, I'm not going to freaking give my money to freaking freedom-killing D-bags. So I go there to see people, and they have coffee. Well, I'd rather go to the gas station, get gas station coffee, and give them my money, you know. But anyway, no, there's nobody there. So I went for a drive. But everything is so far it's like all the back roads and stuff, like a drive. I'm really trying not to be like pay attention, you know, because I don't go out very often, but it's like when I go out, it's 20 miles, you know. But soon here, I'm going to pack up a day bag, do a picnic, and then me and Ma, we're going to go up the mountain with all the dogs. It's going to be a good time, so. Huh, Ma? Huh? Go for a drive? Put on your sunglasses on? Put the window... We can open the sunroof even. This is one of the only... Excuse me. I've been deprived growing up. That's why I'm like, every now and again... I'll have a soda. Or every now and again, I'll get us, like, those little cupcakes. Or something like that. When I'm done here, which will be in just here in a minute, Ma, I'll get us one. Like, they have those little mini ones. We got key lime. My key lime cupcakes are better. I actually use, like, lemon lime zest on the garnish. Yeah. Anyway, but they're still... Okay, I think they just use too much key lime juice. So they're like too tart, but and then there's a banana cream cheese one that's real good. But see, I get a tray of those, there's like a dozen or whatever it is, and most of the time I end up throwing a couple away cuz it gets past like, I probably shouldn't eat those. You know, it's been a while. So, but mom eats better than I do. But I want to do better than I can right now. So and clarify that a little bit is I want to have a kitchen where I can make food. I've been cooking since I was like 3 years old. Grandma came down into the kitchen one time and busted me, and I'll never forget the look on her face. She was like shocked because I had watched her make the pancakes so many times. She just put this much in there, stuff, you know, this many eggs, turn that on to this. Did this, it turned this color. You do this, it turns this color. Oh, when they're bubble, because I'm always asking questions, you know, when I was watching her and stuff. And then when I was a little kid, I was always about let me do it, let me do it, let me do it. My whole life is let me do it, let me do it, let me do it. Right? So I mean, the look on her face though, because I was like, had the griddle on, and I was like 3. She's like. They used to have me go to shrinks and stuff like that because I would just do stuff. Watch somebody do it and then, okay, I know how to do it. As long as I know somebody can do that, I can do that. If I want to do that. Most stuff I don't care. Hi, Susie. Gemini, happy soon-to-be birthday. I'm April 9th. 9/9, 11:01 a.m. Yeah, I got good stats. They're about to turn up a notch here. But anyway. And then after there's nobody at the coffee shop, I drove around to go over to where the horses were. Not to see not all the way, but like the same way if I would have taken him, and then the back way down. Beautiful drive. It was a nice day for a drive. Gas is, I don't know. I drive like 100 miles in over a week. You know, I mean, it's not. But see, it's been winter too. It's been winter, and I haven't wanted to. It's crappy. It's cold. But now it's starting to get spring, and we got the mini van has all-terrain tires on it. Mom's wanting to go up the mountain, huh, Mom? Heck, Colorado's only 36 miles from where we are. Pack a day bag. I can put the camera in, take all the dogs, and go for a drive. How'd you like that, Ma? You haven't been in Colorado since you were a little girl, huh? What parts? Yeah. Where grandmother lived? Whereabouts? Yeah. That happens. I have no recollection of that. Jerry said a bunch of stuff that I didn't know he knew. But about Robert Yoakum, your dad. Robert Stinson, and then his dad was a man named Robert Lee Yoakum, who was a prominent businessman down in a community in the beginning of New Mexico, before New Mexico, called Portales. Yeah. Yeah. They were prominent down there. Yeah. I don't know if they know the name Yoakum up here in Taos. But, though, you know, I don't know. Nepotism's never worked in my favor. Anyway. 89? That's hot. It's starting to get warm here. That's why I'm like, I want to get us to our forever home. Because I want a forever home to have, like, AC. Like, central for Mom. I can handle stuff with fans. But the dogs, they're getting old too. And I'm like, dude, because they're like, after they eat, they'll start panting. I'm like, no, you're not. It's too early. So I swapped out the little fan, the winter fan that just kind of circulates the air. I swapped it out for the one that actually pushes the air around today. So, I'll pay Susie, if you look at Twitter, I'll post pictures of me and Mom on there of our adventures with Ma. I can't do Instacrap anymore. I'm locked out because my primary account, Turtle, got phished.
What happened?
Somebody figured out my password, and then they put a bunch of bullshit ads on it. And then I tried to share a post to that account, and then it tried to log me in with their new security protocol, and then it's tied. The primary account's tied to that Hotmail account that I'm locked out of forever.
Oh.
So I can't get to my other 3 accounts on the app. I've tried to uninstall it, reinstall it. Maybe they'll freaking update it again. I don't care. I'm trying to be less a part of the world. Aside from this. But I'm trying to not know what's going on out there. Because people are painting unclear pictures. And it's hard to watch how much bullshit people just... I'm just like, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's clearly bullshit. Why don't people see the bullshit? It's all bullshit. You look at them. I look at it just like for like the people, like the human interest stories to get a measure of where people's psyche are, their psychologies are, you know. And people are freaking they're overdosing, you know, and people are dying from their darkness. They're dying from their shadow shit. They're dying from their shadow. They're dying from shit they're trying to escape from. They're dying for... Well, they're just bullshit. So, anyway. Tomorrow's Sunday. It was a good day. I had a good day. I felt good. I even fixed, I fixed the blinker for good. And this time before, see, last time, I swapped out the light bulb. I put it back, and I didn't test it before I put it back all together. I should have turned it on, because I would have realized that I didn't, because it like worked. But the thing of it is the next time I turned it on, I used it, and it worked a time or two. But then it went click, click, the rapid clicking lets you know that you got a bulb out. Right? It started doing that. And I was like, and so it was a different bulb that blew out. So I finally fixed that today. I cleaned up the yard some. I looked at the minivan and decided I need to vacuum it out very soon. So I'll be doing that very soon. Because now it's on my radar. So now it's going to bug me until it's done. But so we're staying busy around here. We're staying active until... I swear, I keep hearing that song, waiting for my real life to begin. I've been waiting 47 years, man. Just trudging. God, it feels like we've just been trudging, Ma. I mean, there's periods of time in there that were like 2007, 2008, when last time the world was blowing up, economically and stuff. I just bought a house. I worked at Creighton, the dirty Jesuit university. Yeah, they suck. They have a $2,000 lien on my credit. I owed like $1,600 left on the Rogue. I had less than 6 months of payments on it. I paid it down from like $17,500.
Wow, that's good.
And they repoed it. And then they put a $2,000 lien on my credit.
On top of
I'm like, dude, I kept calling the bank. I'm like, dude, I can't get a job. My fucking rent is $1,200, And they took it away. And I had, that little on it. Because I don't got nobody to ask for help, Fuck. Stupid. My whole life has been hard. Fucking sick of it. But I've been in pretty good shape because, having to walk every 3 days, get freaking 20-pound bags of dog food to feed 4 to 5 dogs up the hills and the little hills that they had. Yeah. I've always done what I'm supposed to do. And then I look around and I look like you don't do it. I got one of my comments deleted off Facebook. Face butt. Because I'm just tired of looking at pictures of cops and they're just freaking so fat. They're all so fat. They're just not fit. And it's just like we pay their pensions. We buy your fucking SUVs. You guys just drive around, freaking get free meals. And I just think about they're the same cops they're the same guys that busted those heater ducts in the Air Force because they just do 4 years or whatever. And then they freaking get out and they go back home and they get a job, because all you need is a high school diploma to be a cop. It's all a club, man. It's all a club. You're gonna be a dick. You're gonna be a douche. You're gonna serve our agenda. We'll just keep you in cars and freaking uniform allowance. You don't gotta pay for nothing. And that's forever. Pensions and shit like that. It's all on them. Yeah.